I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. This is SIAC Football and Flow Sports, and it's time to do it big. We got an Eastern Division matchup between Savannah State and Clark Atlanta. I'm Kamari Darrington. We got James Crenshaw here as the producer, and we're just about set for the kickoff. Savannah State coming in with a record of 3-3, 2-0 in conference play. Meanwhile, Clark Atlanta 0-6, 0-2 in conference play. Savannah State coached by Sean Quinn, his first season. We got rookie head coaches on both sides. As Tim Bowens coaches Clark Atlanta, looking for his first win as Panthers head coach. Clark Atlanta will receive the opening kickoff. Savannah State won the toss and deferred. Savannah State coming off a 42-17 loss to Alcorn State. Second straight loss for Savannah State. Meanwhile, Clark Atlanta coming off a 35-24 loss to Kentucky State. Savannah State's been the fifth straight game on the road. They'll finally be able to play at home next week as they host Savannah State for their homecoming. Clark Atlanta, this is first of back-to-back home games. Back deep for Clark Atlanta, Darius Blackman and Daryl Nichols. Savannah State holds a 25-18-1 record in the series with Clark Atlanta. Last time these two teams met was here in Atlanta in 2008. We're underway from Atlanta. And the ball comes down to the 11-yard line. And a big hit at the 20-yard line. I'll mark it at the 21. And then 22. And that's where Clark Atlanta started its first offensive possession. So Charles Stafford is the quarterback for Clark Atlanta. He's completing just under 57% of his passes for 1,648 yards, has 14 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. And it has been all on the right arm of Charles Stafford to move this offense. His wide receivers are Corey King, Kendall Wimberly, and Drakar Jerry. Up front, Burks, Goolsby, Singleton, Hernandez, and Henry. The starting running back is Darius Blackman, and the starting tight end is Trey Wilson. First play from scrimmage, left side throw is incomplete. Tried to hit Cleve Roberson. Defense for Savannah State up front, Aaron Robinson, Cam Brown, Salik McCray, and Casey Wilson. Linebackers, Walter Yates, Desmond Young, and Chris Smith. Corners are John Wilson and Naeem Bozeman. And the safeties are Brian Roberts and Yermani Ridley. On second down, the handoff up the middle. That one is to... on this he takes it to the 23-yard line. That's a gain of a yard. It'll be third down.
Third down, Panthers.
Blackman stays in the backfield with Stafford. Two wideouts to the near side. Stafford to throw. Looking left side. Throwing up top for Wimberly. That pass incomplete. Good defense by A.J. Beach. And that's going to force a punt. So Clark Atlanta goes 3 and out. Team that averages just 23 yards per game rushing the football. And over 280 yards passing. So Savannah State will get the ball. Ty Wiz is the punter. And back deep is Elijah Carter. And a bad snap, but we have whistles before that, so flags are down. There's a break for Clark Atlanta because they get a false start. Snap was low, of course, obviously it's wet. So a lot of potential for some drop football. It's going to be hard to handle the football today. We've had steady rain throughout the day. This punt will bounce at Clark Atlanta in Savannah State territory. Nice roll for Woods, and it goes all the way down to the 22-yard line. So Savannah State will have its first offensive possession of the ball game with 13:45 to play in the first half. Devon Gibbons is the quarterback for Savannah State, flanked by D'Angelo Durham, the running back. Up front, Connor Vasher, T.J. Jackson, Anui Al. Ani Ashafi, Dylan McLeod, and Michael Johnson. That handoff goes to Durham. And he's got a yard at the 21-yard line, 23-yard line. First carry for Durham this afternoon. Lewis, Elijah Butu, Glover, and Jackson are up front for Clark Atlanta. Linebackers are Harris, Wade, and Perkins. The secondary, Sharp, Williams, Summons, and Baldwin. Here's Durham. Finds some room on the right side. He takes it out near the 30-yard line. That one good for 7 yards. It'll bring up third down.
7-yard gain by number 1, D'Angelo Durham.
Savannah State number 2 in rushing offense this season at 225 yards per game. Clark Atlanta last against the run at allowing 209 yards a game. Third down, got to get it to the 32-yard line for a first down. And they hand it off straight up the middle. This one goes to Cedric Cole, and Cole is able to pick up the first down at the 32-yard line. So the initial first down goes to Savannah State. And they'll try to keep the chains moving.
That's a first down, Savannah State.
Cole stays in the backfield with Gibbons. Major Belby Jr. to the near side. First down, the handoff goes to Bellamy. He goes left side. Has some room across the 40 and takes it all the way out to the 46-yard line. That's good for 14 yards, another first down. So back-to-back first downs for the Tigers. And this is really comes down to strength versus strength. Savannah State's rushing attack versus Clark Atlanta's passing attack right now. Savannah State with back-to-back first downs. And we're going to have a flag. Looks like it's going to be offsides against Clark Atlanta. Well, that goes against Savannah State. So the Tigers backed up 5 yards. Be first and 15. So they bump it up 20 seconds to 10:50. So now first and 15. Clark Atlanta for Savannah State at the 41. Bellamy goes in motion, and the handoff comes right side to Durham. And Durham gets back to the original line of scrimmage. He's still going. And there's a flag down inside the 40-yard line. Here's the penalty. Evan Davis, the guilty party. So 10 yards back more for Savannah State, the second straight penalty. So now it's marked all the way back to the 31-yard line. Still first down, now first and 25. Just on the way here from Atlanta, a couple of East Division foes finally renewing a long-time rivalry. Here's Gibbons on the keeper. Nice job by Clark Atlanta. Elijah Butu was one of the first men there. No gain for Gibbons. It's going to be second down and 25. Type of offense Savannah State runs. Obviously staying ahead of the chains as much as possible is key. Clark Atlanta, because they've done so poorly against the run, this is the type of situation they would like to stay in throughout the day. Durham goes in motion, and Gibbons will take it straight up the middle. A nice move across the 35 as Glover makes the tackle at the 37. 6 yards for Gibbons. It's going to bring up a third down. And we're going to have a timeout here. We've got an injured Tiger, so we've got 9:21 left to play in the first quarter. And Savannah State looking to drive here with a third down. Here's Durham on the pitch, right side. Another flag is down. Devon Gibbons was the injured Tiger, and now Jamarion Hartage is the new quarterback. Durham took it all the way up to the 44, but there's a flag down. So let's check that out. And now it's a 7-yard gain for Durham. So Tropical Storm Nestor, feeling some of the effects of that here today. Will rain in the forecast throughout the afternoon. This penalty is against Savannah State because they're talking to Coach Bowens down there.
There are 2 fouls, both by the offense. Holding, number 11. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, illegal blindside block. Offense, number 84. That penalty is also declined. The result of the play is 4th down.
So they're going to allow 7-yard gain for Durham. It's going to be 4th down and 12, so they're going to punt it. 9 plays on that drive, and holding penalty was a big part of the stoppage of the drive. Now Lugo back to punt, and Jakar Jerry is the punt returner for Clark Atlanta. Lugo handles the snap. It's a high punt, and Jerry tells everyone to get away from it. Almost hit a Panther, and it's down at the 23. And Savannah State thinks he's got the football. Officials are going to discuss this. It was really close to hitting touching a Panther. See what the ruling is. It's going to be first down Clark Atlanta. So now 8:38 left to play here in the opening quarter. It was close, but Panthers have it at the 23. Stafford back in the shotgun. Off the fake, going up the sideline. It's incomplete, and here's a flag as Wilson was on the coverage. The intended target was Wimberly. But Clark Atlanta's going to get a first down.
First down.
So Wilson the guilty party, and that's going to give Clark Atlanta its initial first down.
That's a Panther first down.
So it takes it up to the, should be on the 38-yard line. So Charles Stafford, senior from Miami. A lot has been on his shoulders to carry the offense. He's not having been able to run the ball at all this season. And there's an example of it as they tried with Blackman up the middle, got to the 40-yard line, so they did pick up 2 on the play, but it's been a normal occurrence for Clark Atlanta this year, averaging just 22 yards on the ground. Savannah State, the number 3 rush defense in the SIAC, just over 103 yards a game. Second down from the 40. Stafford 0 for 3 to start. He throws it up the sideline, has a man down. There's Roberson. He's got it inside the 20, and he's out of bounds near the 11-yard line. So big first down for this Clark Atlanta offense. Well, actually, mark him out at the 13-yard line. It's a 47-yard completion. First completion of the game for Roberson is a big one. And now Clark Atlanta in the red zone.
47-yard reception.
Clark Atlanta 9 for 16 in the red zone. 8 touchdowns, 1 field goal. Here's Stafford on the run, wide open. Touchdown, Clark Atlanta. So Charles Stafford, they get the big pass play. And then Stafford runs it in from 13 yards out. And the Panthers on the scoreboard. So they get one of the biggest runs of the season on that one play. And Stafford now in the swinging gate, if you will. So Fernando Lobo now to try the extra point. And he knocks it through. So Clark Atlanta, after the 13-yard touchdown run by Stafford, have the 7-0 lead on Savannah State. Last return by Wilson takes it out to the 32-yard line. Savannah State will start its offense from there. So Clark Atlanta on top, 7-0. 13-yard touchdown run by Charles Stafford. Off a nice play fake. So now here come the Tigers. And Gibbons is back in now after being shaken up earlier. He pitches to Durham, and Durham can't handle it initially, and then he gets walloped out of bounds. It's like Summons on the tackle at the 35, and there's some extra curricular stuff going on down there. As Durham was a little bit unhappy that Clark Atlanta players gathered around after the big hit. A little gesture there by Summons. Going up against a team that hasn't won a game this year. Playing homecoming weekend. Clark Atlanta trying to hype itself up here. Start of the game. See what Savannah State can do. So now second down and 6. Durham goes left side. Gets it out to the 40 and gets pushed back. Justin Wade was there along with Tyrone Mixon, and again, a little pushing and shoving. We have a third down coming up for Savannah State. Good carry for Durham. 3rd and 2, got to get to the 42-yard line. 3 wideouts for Savannah State. Durham in the backfield. And Gibbons coming left side. He's got a lot of room. He's got the first down and more. In the Clark Atlanta territory, down the sideline, inside the 20, he will score. Touchdown, Savannah State. A 60-yard run. And the Tigers answer back. Gibbons goes the distance. And that's a big play. We'll go now for the extra point. So Stafford runs it in from 13 yards, and then Gibbons takes it left side, finds a crease, and there was no one left for Clark Atlanta. High snap. That kick is blocked. And the extra point is no good. But Gibbons goes 60 yards and pulls Savannah State within a point. 5:30 left in the first. Back here in Atlanta, Savannah State with a 60-yard touchdown run from Devon Gibbons. Missed extra point. Clark Atlanta has a 7-6 lead. Lugo kicks it off. Down to the 10-yard line. And here comes Blackman. He's able to stay on his feet across the 25 and near the 29-yard line. And that is where Clark Atlanta will start its next possession. So each quarterback has a rushing touchdown after Stafford ran it in from 13 yards out. Clark Atlanta, which has not done much on the ground this year. Stafford's first rushing touchdown of the season, his longest rush of the year. 5:20 left in the opening quarter. And Clark Atlanta now back on offense. Trips to the far side. Penn State's still trying to line up here. Stafford hands it off left side, and it was Nichols. So that is Robert Pritchard, transfer from Alabama State. And Pritchard takes it to the 32-yard line. So Pritchard with his first carry of the game picks up 3 yards.
Number 35, Robert Pritchard the third on the right. Savannah State number 95.
And Clark Atlanta's going to try to stick to run the football and see if they can get anything out of it. Stafford now looking to throw over the middle, and he hits the leg of Joseph Taylor, the center.
That's an incomplete pass.
So that pass incomplete. Stafford just 1 for 5 to start. But does have the big 47-yard pass to Glebe Roberson, would set up the touchdown. So now 3rd and 7. Wimberly and Roberson go to the top. Stafford looking right side towards the sideline. Incomplete. A lot of contact. Bozeman was holding Wimberly, and there's another flag. Savannah State side doesn't like it, but it looks like it's going to be another pass interference penalty against the Tigers. So no penalty, so they wipe away the penalty, and so it's 4th down. No flag for interference. And so Clark Atlanta will punt. Clark Atlanta coaches can't believe it. The Panthers will have to punt it away. Carter back deep for Savannah State to return the kick from Ty Woods. Stafford is 1 for 6 to start 1 for 7 to start the game. Woods punt. Bounces all the way inside the 25 and now will roll down to the 13. And that's where Savannah State will start its next possession. So for Clark Atlanta, 2 punts and a touchdown. Savannah State punt on its first possession. Got a touchdown on possession number 2. And now start this drive from their own 12-yard line. Glad to have you with us here on Flow Sports. The other game on Flow Sports, Central State at Tuskegee. And the other game going on right now in the SIAC, Fort Valley State with a 30-6 lead on Morehouse. That is into the third quarter. The game got moved up because of the impending weather from Tropical Storm Nestor. And handoff to Durham, and Durham is stopped immediately. There's Wade there on the stop. It's a yard loss to the 11-yard line. Set to carry for Durham. It's come up on 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter.
That's a loss of a yard.
This team with a touchdown, but the missed extra point is the difference so far. Gibbons looks at the sideline. Bellamy in motion. And off to Durham right side. And Ojabutu had his hands on him first. He's back to the 10-yard line. So Savannah State going the wrong way right now. 7 carries for Durham for 21 yards so far. But the big play, the 60-yard touchdown run by Gibbons.
3rd and 12, Savannah State.
3rd and 12. Got to get it to the 22-yard line for a first down. Durham in motion. Gibbons will try to do it himself. Across the 15. Got leveled. Goes to the 16-yard line. That one good for 6 yards, but it won't be enough to move the chains. And the Tigers will punt. So Jerry will go back to receive the punt from Lugo. This will be his second punt. Jerry standing inside his own territory, standing at the 45. Well, they're going to try to block this one. They almost get to it. This one over towards the Savannah State sideline. It'll be great field position for Clark Atlanta. They will mark that at the 38-yard line. So a 22-yard punt. As Clark Atlanta was rushing through. So great field position for the Panthers. The race has begun for the 2019 SIAC Cross Country Championship, which takes place at Rock Hill, South Carolina on October 25th. Fans can follow the SIAC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the SIAC for all access coverage. 1:56 left in the opening quarter. First down from the 39-yard line. Stafford back to work. Left side pass is caught by Jerry. His first catch of the game. He slides inside the 30-yard line. 9 yards for Jerry. Second completion for Stafford. Now 2 for 8. Second and a yard. There's Blackman. Tries the middle, and he is hit by McCray. Also, Aaron Robinson in on a stop. No gain for Blackman. And just like that, it's 3rd and a yard. Third down. Robeson, Felix Jones, and Jerry go to the top of the picture. Wimberly's here at the bottom. And the handoff goes to Young, and Young is stopped. They're going to mark it right at the 30. He is short of the first down. They did not get it. They're trying to go with Young, and he could not get the first down. And so now it's 4th and a yard. Looks like they're going to go for it. Young stays in the backfield with Stafford. 4th down. They fake the handoff, coming left side for Wimberly. He can't handle it. Oh, they had him open on the back shoulder throw, but Wimberly could not hang on to it. And that's an incompletion that will cause a turnover on down, so Savannah State will take over at their own 30-yard line. Got 11 seconds left for the end of the first quarter. So Charles Stafford, the 13-yard touchdown run. Givens came back with a 60-yard run on the ensuing possession, but blocked extra point is the difference. First play from this drive is a handoff to Bellamy. Bellamy trying to left side. Nice play by Justin Wade. And that should be the final play of the first quarter, and it is. Bellamy picks up 3 yards on first down. Clark Atlanta with a 7-6 lead on Savannah State as we head to the end of the first quarter. You're watching SIAC football on Flow Sports. Back live here in Atlanta, starting the second quarter. The Panthers lead by a point over the Tigers. Kamari Darrington here. James Crenshaw is the producer. And Gibbons again on the keeper. Out to the 38-yard line. 5 more yards for Gibbons as we start the second quarter. So each quarterback has a rushing touchdown.
Gibson on the run. It's 3rd down, Panthers!
3rd down for Savannah State. Got to get it to the 40-yard line. Durham in the backfield with Gibbons. Blitz from the outside. Durham trying to get to the edge, and he has stopped. And that Clark Atlanta defense has not done well against the run this season. Coming up big on that 3rd down. No gain for Durham. It looks like Savannah State's going to punt again.
4th down, Savannah State.
It's the Panthers there to make the stop. Perkins came on off the edge and really strung that play to the outside. Jerry standing at his own 30 as the rain picks up here in Atlanta. It was almost blocked. Jerry will let it stop right at the 30-yard line. That's where Clark Atlanta will start its first offensive possession of the second quarter. 13:30 left to play. Stafford 2 for 9 for 56 yards, but does have the touchdown run to Clark Atlanta holding on a 1-point lead. Steady rain all day here in Atlanta, and now it's raining a little harder than it's been throughout most of the day. So that affects these players as Blackman tries the left side, and again, nothing doing there for Clark Atlanta's rushing attack.
1 yard loss on the play by number 23, Darius Blackman.
So loss of a yard. And then just continue to try to run the ball and to at least keep Savannah State honest. Obviously, everyone knows that Stafford's going to throw the football. That's been the strength of the offense throughout the year. And Stafford to put it up again, right over the middle. That pass intercepted. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick and he couldn't hang on to it. Brian Roberts was back there. Had a clean interception, but could not hold on to it. It's going to be 3rd down. Stafford like to have that one back, actually. 3rd and 11 coming up. Had Roberson open, and the pressure from Savannah State forced him to throw that ball high. It's a 3rd down. Stafford steps up, right side, and it bounces short of Blackman. That's incomplete.
That's incomplete. 4th down,
Might not have gone for much. If Blackman would have been able to make the catch. Again, this rain really picking up now. Woods going back to punt the ball. And Carter back inside his own 40 to receive it. Carter moves up now to his own 40. Woods' punt is high and short. This one will bounce out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Savannah State will start at their own 40. Well, now they move to the 43-yard line. So the Tigers have it at 43. Savannah State looking to take the lead here, down by a point. And Gibbons decides not to pitch it. Across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Gibbons now 80 yards rushing. Or 60-yard run, a big part of that. 4 yards on the play. It'll be second down. Fort Valley State holding a 37-6 lead on Morehouse. Almost midway through the third quarter. Right side, that one is to Carter. Carter's pulled down by Terrence Harris, leading tackler for Clark Atlanta. It was going to be a 2-yard loss. So third down coming up. Got to get to the Clark Atlanta 47. Gibbons, right side, goes up the middle. Actually, if he'd have kept going outside, he might have gotten the first down, but he takes it to the 49. Good for 4 yards. And it looks like Savannah State still got its offense out there right now. And this deluge now. Fourth and 4. Gibbons straight up the middle. Oh, wow, he was hog-tied down at the 47. The ball came out at the end. Clark Atlanta saying they've got the football. Gibbons was wrestled down up around the neck. My goodness. And Savannah State holds on to it. That's going to be a first down, and Gibbons earned that one. My goodness. The ball did come out at the end. He needed 4 and he got 4. It's the first third down conversion of the game. I mean, he had him around the neck. And it was almost an MMA tackle. Coming right side. First down and more. Jordan Grant on the carry, and Jordan takes it to the 33-yard line. That's a 13-yard run. First down, Savannah State at the 33-yard line. So Clark Atlanta not too great against the run. Savannah State has found some openings in the Clark Atlanta defense. Grant gets another carry. Tries the left side this time. This time they slow it down to the 30-yard line. 3 more yards for Grant. Wade and Jackson made the stop. Second down.
Second down and 8 to go.
Three wideouts for Savannah State. Hand it off to Durham, and Durham gets inside the 25 and almost broke away. He's got the first down at the 23, good for 7 yards.
Number 24, Kenneth Morgan in on tackle.
You get the sense that Savannah State is gaining confidence with this rushing attack. Clark Atlanta has not been able to slow it down on this possession. Gibbons will keep it inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Methodical drive here for Savannah State. 6 more yards for Durham, for Gibbons. It was coming up on 100 yards rushing here in the first half. Again, the sky is really open now in Atlanta. Durham up the middle, inside the 15 to the 10. 7 more yards, another first down. It's going to be first and goal. Tigers in the red zone this season, 13 for 17, 10 touchdowns and 3 field goals. Here's Gibbons. Coming right side, still going, and cut down. Kenneth Morgan made the stop. They'll pick up a 3 at the 7-yard line. Savannah State looking for the lead here. 6:45 to play in the opening half. Here's Durham. Steps to the 5-yard line, and that's where he is stopped. 12th play of the drive coming up is going to be 3rd down and goal. Savannah State's taking over 6 minutes off the clock. Third down, the handoff goes to Cole, and Cole is stopped at the 2-yard line. He did not get in. So Clark Atlanta again. And we got a Clark Atlanta player slow to get up. Cole with the second carry of the game. 4th down, and it looks like Savannah State's going to go for this one. They got their last first down, their last 4th down conversion. And Gibbons will take it himself and score. Touchdown, Savannah State. He got upended, but he landed in the end zone. That one from 2 yards out. He's got 100 yards rushing here in the first half. And a 13-play drive winds up in the end zone. Second of the day for Gibbons. So the Tigers take a 12-7 lead. Looks like they're going to try to go for 2, make it a 7-point game. 7 minutes and 16 seconds went off the clock on a 13-play drive. And that one is no good. So Savannah State holds a 5-point lead, 12-7, over Clark Atlanta. Darius Blackman on the return for Clark Atlanta. We welcome you back to Atlanta. The two teams first played in 1956, known as Clark College and Savannah State College. Clark Atlanta starting this drive from their own 31 yard from it's on 31. So the long drive for Savannah State. It took 7 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. And Gibbons with his second touchdown of the day. So now Stafford and the Clark Atlanta offense back out. Stafford, the pitch, right side, and that's Young. And slides down at the 31-yard line, so no gain on the play for Young. A lot of collecting now everywhere on the field. It's a swirling rain now here in Atlanta. Four and a half minutes left here in the quarter. Jones goes in motion. Stafford looking to throw. It's hit as he throws. And Roberson, did he come up with it? No, he didn't. Pass incomplete. It's going to be third down. Well, Clark Atlanta does best is throw the football. The way this rain and wind is collecting together, it's going to be tough for them to move the ball in that fashion, but they're going to keep trying. Third and 10, got to get to the 41 for a first down. Stafford into the wind, throws it for Roberson, had to come back for it, but he comes up with it at midfield. 19 more yards for Roberson, and that's going to be a first down. Second catch for Roberson. Saw the effect of that wind. Roberson had to stop and dive for it and almost came up short. Here's the handoff to Young. Young is cut down at the 46. Desmond Young on the stop. So now Clark Atlanta going to the running game. Roberson Wimberly here to the near side. And there's some movement on one side. Generally, both Clark Atlanta and Savannah State move. See what the penalty goes to. And it's against Clark Atlanta. So we'll go back into Clark Atlanta territory to the 49-yard line. Second penalty for Clark Atlanta. So now second and 11. Stafford right side. Jones makes the catch at midfield. And then Bozeman on the stop, along with Chris Smith. Playing good to the 47. So 4 yards, it'll be third down. First catch for Jones today. Third down, got to get it to the 40. Here's Stafford. Down the middle, has a man. It is tipped around and picked off. Brian Roberts comes up with a pick, and here he comes. And Roberts has room to run up the sideline. He's still going. He's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So Roberts couldn't get held on to the first one and somehow comes up with that one. And Savannah State now is in business. Robertson had a man down the middle. Again, had to come back for it. And I think it was for Jones, and it just popped up in the air. You know, from the Clark Atlanta 45. Here's Savannah State with 2 minutes left in the quarter. Savannah State looking to extend the lead now. Here's Gibbons. Late pitch to Durham, and Durham is leveled. Losing yard to the 46-yard line. Terrence Harris with another tackle. Doing that 36 yards rushing on 12 carries. Cole will come in for Durham. FloMarching.com at halftime will have the homecoming festivities here at Clark Atlanta. So you can watch it here on FloFootball or FloMarching.com. 1:30 and counting left in the quarter. You see with 3 timeouts. Here's Cole straight up the middle. And Perkins stops him at the 44-yard line. So they pick up a couple. Third down. Got to get to the 35-yard line. Final minute to go in the quarter. Savannah State will get the ball to start the third quarter. Tigers in no hurry right now. 50 seconds to play. Running it down. And we're going to have a Savannah State timeout with 33 seconds to play. 31 seconds to play in the quarter. All roads lead to Spartanburg, South Carolina for the 2019 SIAC Volleyball Championship from November 18th through the 20th. Follow the SIAC on social media at the SIAC for full coverage. And all eyes are on the Eastern Division as the champion will earn the chance to host the 8th annual SIAC Football Championship game on November 16th. Fans can visit www.thesiac.com for official conference and championship game gear. Get your tickets today. So 3rd and 9 for Savannah State, 31 seconds left. The Tigers have a 12-7 lead on the Panthers. 2 rushing touchdowns by Gibbons. Rushing touchdown by Clark Atlanta's Charles Stafford. And the rain has let up a little bit. Turnover on the previous possession is Roberts made a terrific play. On the pass down the middle intended for Jones. It's 3rd and 9. Clock now 35 seconds. Here's Cole. Nice run by Cole. Come from behind by Jackson. That's going to be close to the first down. Mark it at the 36. Another timeout by the Tigers. So it's 4th and a yard now for Savannah State. Timeout Tigers, so they've got 1 left. 23 seconds remaining. Savannah State still use the middle of the field here. put themselves in position for perhaps a last-second field goal here in the half.
Keeping CAU student athletes on the courts and on the field.
It's a great play by Roberts to
The official healthcare provider of Clark Atlanta
put Savannah State in this position.
Whether you're an active person, weekend warrior, or competitive athlete, every sport's medicine.
.23 seconds to play. 4th and a yard. It's Gibbons, and Gibbons is stopped. Great play on the outside by Perkins.
That's number 43.
Gibbons stopped for no gain, and that will cause a turnover on downs. So big defensive stand there. See what Clark Atlanta decides to do here. Looks like they might just take this one in. 19 seconds left in the quarter. So a 60-yard touchdown run and a 2-yard touchdown run from Gibbons. Stafford with a 13-yard run. Clark Atlanta with 3 timeouts left. Stafford dropped the snap. He has to eat the football at the 26-yard line. And that's going to kill whatever Clark Atlanta had planned. That is the end of the first half. Savannah State and Clark Atlanta. Bad snap. Stafford had to slide down to it. FloMarching.com. You can go ahead and go to FloMarching.com to watch the halftime ceremony. We've got a 12-7 lead. Welcome back here to Atlanta. Coming up here at halftime, we're on FloFootball.com and FloMarching.com. Right now, Savannah State's powerhouse of the South Bend is about to hit the field.
Boys and girls, presenting one of the top marching show bands in the United States among colleges and universities. This is the 2019 edition of Incomparable, renowned the Savannah State University, known as the powerhouse of the South. Musical director, Mr. Derek K. Yates. Musical arranger, Brian Lau. And your brass instructor, Cordell Hall. Coordinator of auxiliary, Kiyanda Sancho. Presenting the drum majors of the powerhouse of the South, head drum major from Decatur, Georgia, Johnny Kinsey Hamilton. Assistant drum major, Denzel Roberts. The band moves in a multiple directions and displays and expresses precision, you know, to
That's Savannah State's powerhouse of the South. Keep an update on a couple of games right now going on in the SIAC while they leave the field. We get ready for Clark Atlanta's performance. Fort Valley State with a 37-14 lead on Morehouse with 10:48 left in the fourth quarter. But Central State and Tuskegee are tied at 7 late in the second quarter. Now hitting the field, Clark Atlanta's mighty marching Panthers here at CAU Panther Stadium.
Mic check. 1, 2. Happy homecoming! Coming to the field is the Clark Atlanta University mighty marching Panthers! Your drum major this afternoon from Saginaw, Michigan, Mr. Trey Berndre, the Enforcer, Evan. President, Dr. George T. French Jr., and Dr. Michael DeQueer, Director of Band. we'd like to welcome the Savannah State University Powerhouse of the South Marching Band to Panther Stadium. Sit back and relax as we welcome home all of our alumni. Welcome home, CAU. Bring the show to halftime. Bring it there. It's time to take it back to the old school. Starting off with a little bit of lakeside and fantastic voyage. A night to remember. Michael Jackson, remember the time. And now, coming to South State, on the local green, in the AUC. We're about to take it back to the motherland. The Queen's motorcade. Give it up for Essence. Let's take this back to the 70s with a little bit of Hollywood swing. Hey, Poncho, LA Smoke. What's up? What's up? Some of you know it as frequently. Others of you know it as my Tigers. And now, presenting the Clark Atlanta University Royal Court under the direction of Dr. Michael DeQueer. Here is my Cherie Amour.
All right, Mighty Marching Panthers still on the field as Clark Atlanta is ready to announce its 2019 homecoming court here at CAU Panther Stadium.
Today is a special day here at Clark Atlanta University. It's homecoming day. We'd like to welcome back our illustrious alumni of Clark College, Atlanta University, and Clark Atlanta University. We direct your attention to the field now as we honor the 2019 and 2020 Clark Atlanta University homecoming court. First, the Student Government Association undergraduate president, a senior social work major from Los Angeles, California, LeBron Campbell Jr. Next is the Student Government Association graduate president, studying for a doctorate in education leadership from the Bronx, New York, Frank Ortega. And now, his freshman, a business administration major from Birmingham, Alabama, Kennedy President. And Mr. Freshman, a business administration major from Cleveland, Mississippi, JaVale Whistling. This sophomore is a biology major from Waterford, Michigan, Shayla Salisbury. Mr. Sophomore is a religion major from Bartow, Florida, Mr. Taylor Lancaster. This junior is a mass media arts major from Chicago, Illinois, Miss Brianna Wilson. Mr. Junior is a business administration major from Los Angeles, California, Darius Buddy. Miss Senior is an early childhood education major from Chicago, Illinois, Aaliyah Rochelle Gillespie. Mr. Senior is a psychology major from Roper, North Carolina, Mr. Joshua Simpson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field. Little Mr. CAU Kenneth Edwards Jr. and the little Miss CAU Zoe Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the field now is the fifth president of Clark Atlanta University, Dr. George T. French, Jr. Joining President French is Mr. CAU, a business administration major from Little Rock, Arkansas. From Little Rock, Arkansas, Jordan Jeremiah LaFrance Carter. And joining him is Miss CAU, a psychology major from Los Angeles, California, Aretha Francis Bernard. Ladies and gentlemen, stand and salute your 2019-2020 Clark Atlanta University Homecoming Court.
As we close out the show this afternoon, we'd like to welcome home our alumni band as well as our alumni anthem. No matter young or old, we're always having a funky good time.
Clark Atlanta's mighty marching Panthers are leaving the field to conclude the halftime festivities here at CAU Panther Stadium. We'll take a break. We'll come back to start the second half. You're watching SIAC football on Flow Sports. Second half underway here from Atlanta. Savannah State receiving the ball. It's being kicked around inside the 10. And this is Carter, and Carter has room across the 30. Getting chased all the way out across the 45-yard line. That looked like a mitigated disaster. Carter made something out of nothing. Savannah State will start this possession at their own 47. So Savannah State, Lon Gibbons already with 100 yards rushing. Durham with 36 yards on 12 carries. Gibbons has already also carried the ball 12 times. Savannah State as a team has 183 yards, all on the ground, outgaining Clark Atlanta 183-91 in that first half. Savannah State, good return, 37 yards. Start this possession near midfield. Durham back to Gibbons, and Gibbons will throw out the flea flicker up the sideline. That's incomplete. It's the first pass attempt of the game by Savannah State. Something they do a lot. Gibbons coming into the game, averaging 9 pass attempts a game. That pass intended for Devereaux. Johnny Sharp was on coverage. So 2nd and 10 for Savannah State. Little wrinkle to start the second half. Five-point lead. Savannah State with a pair of touchdowns. Missed the initial extra point, then missed a 2-point attempt. Bellamy really stringing it out all the way to the Clark Atlanta sideline. And Harris makes the tackle. That's going to be a loss of about 3. They'll mark it at the 44-yard line. Let's move it to the 45. So loss of 2 for Bellamy. Bellamy looked like he was going to run all the way out of bounds. Tried to cut it back upfield. And Harris was there to make the stop. Savannah State 1 for 7 on 3rd downs in the first half. Got a 3rd and 12. Over a minute into the 3rd quarter. Givens with a 2nd pass attempt. Oh, he's going to actually run it. And he gets into Clark Atlanta territory. It was going to be short of the 1st down.
Tripped up by number 5.
The 49-yard line.
Justin Wade.
So 6-yard run, but it will be short of the marker.
And
Savannah State will punt. So yeah, last week, Miles at Benedict, both teams went for fake field goals and fake punts.
Back to return for the Panthers.
And
Number
were
84.
successful.
Straight card, Jerry.
And there's a fake punt. Try to get it to Baker, and Wade is there to make the stop. Nowhere for Baker to go.
But no game.
And they actually lost a yard, lost a couple, back in the Clark Atlanta territory. So they went for it on 4th down and come up short. Turnover on downs. And we got a penalty against Clark Atlanta.
Offsides.
It's going to be offsides.
Repeat 4th down.
It's still going to be short of the 1st down. So 5 yards to the 44-yard line of Clark Atlanta. So it's still 4th down. And Savannah State will go for it now. That is a huge penalty against Clark Atlanta. Durham, 1st down to the 41-yard line. That was a huge penalty early on in the second half. So an offside penalty against Clark Atlanta gives Savannah State a second chance, and they pick up the 1st. It's now to the 41-yard line. On the right side again is Bellamy. Tries to string it out, and he turns the corner. There's the 35-yard line.
End of the play is number 11. Darius Terrence.
34, that one good for 7 yards for Bellamy.
2nd down.
2nd down, that's his 4th carry. Clark Atlanta, 3 penalties for 15 yards. Gibbons on the left side, late pitch to Durham. Durham up the sideline, inside the 20, out of bounds. To the 19-yard line, that one good for 15. And another Savannah State 1st down. So again, good drive here for Savannah State. Went all on the ground. Coming into the game, it was Savannah State's rushing attack against Clark Atlanta's passing attack. And Savannah State driving to extend the lead. Into the red zone here. Here's Durham. Durham cuts it. And the 16-yard line. Savannah State just walling Clark Atlanta off the ball right now. The trip into the red zone. Bellamy in motion. Givens dropped it and tried to pull it back.
Down by number 9.
Lose a couple back to the 18.
Now take over. 3rd down.
There's one turnover in the game. That was the interception by Stafford in the first half. Almost 5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Savannah State looking at a 3rd and 9. Bellamy in motion, gets it on the sweep, cuts it back inside, and back down to the 16-yard line. That was the 11th play of the drive.
Yellow play is number 59, Tyrese Ross.
Tyrese Ross on the stop.
Kenneth Morgan.
With Morgan. So now Lugo will come out. Looking to attempt a field goal here. Looks like it's going to be 33 yards from the right hash mark. It's to make it an 8-point game. High snap. Kick is on the way, and he knocked it through. Lugo is good for 33 yards, and Savannah State holds a 15-7 lead, 9:05 left in the third quarter. Watching SIAC football on Flow Sports. 9:05 left in the third quarter. Savannah State with the field goal from Lugo. Now 15-7 lead on Clark Atlanta. Blackman back deep along with Nichols. Blackman from his 6. Straight up the middle. That's the 25 to the 28-yard line. That's where Clark Atlanta will start this next possession, the first possession of the second half.
Number 14, Jared Mack.
57 left. That last drive took only 6 minutes off the clock. So now Charles Stafford in this offense. It's 91 yards in the first half. It's a one possession game here, so see what the Panthers can do on first down. Here's Stafford. The pitch coming left side, and there's a hold. Blackman got the pitch, but this is going to come back, I believe.
Damian Rogers. Flag on the play.
Trey Wilson with almost a rear naked choke on Chris Smith.
That's a holding on the Panthers.
Fourth penalty against Clark Atlanta today. The ball now at the 19. Now 1st and 20. Stafford looking to throw. Coming right side. Throws over the middle. Off the hands of Wilson. It's incomplete. Went right through his hands. Stafford now 4 for 16. Rain has let up from where it was before the teams left for halftime. So that's 2nd down. Stafford does have the lone touchdown for Clark Atlanta, the 13-yard run that gave Clark Atlanta the early lead. Wilson makes the catch. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. And good for 15. Stafford finally gets one. It's the first catch for Wilson today.
35, Panthers.
3rd and 5. Got to get to the 39-yard line. Stafford under pressure, gets away from it. Directing traffic now. Now he's going to throw it, and it is incomplete. I thought Stafford was going to run for the first down. Instead, he tried to throw it at the last second to Jerry, and that pass incomplete. It's going to be 4th down, and it's going to be another punt. Stafford was directing. I think he would have had the first down if he had ran it. Had a blocker out there. Great play by A.J. Beach.
Back to return for the Savannah State. It's number 6.
Butler standing in his own 30. Nice punt. It's caught by Carter inside the 30, and then he's leveled. 28-yard line. So good punt there for
no gain on the play.
Woods.
Ball will be spotted on the 29-yard line. 1st down.
Let's start this drive at their own 29. Keep up with the latest news and updates regarding SIAC athletics by visiting the official website of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference at www.thesiac.com. Savannah State off the field goal now. Starts the drive at the 29. Carter goes in motion. Gibbons fakes the pitch. Wrestled down by Sharp at the 32-yard line.
In on the tackle, number 18, Johnny Sharp.
Gibbons had exactly 100 yards rushing in the first half. Up to 107. Seven minutes left in the third quarter. Savannah State up by 8. Second best rush offense in the SIAC. Posing its will right now. Gibbons again. Now the pitch to Cole. Cole going up the sideline. He's out of bounds to the 36-yard line. Sharp was over there to run him out of bounds.
Ran out of bounds by number 34, Cedric C.J. Cole.
So now 3rd and 3, Clark Atlanta.
3rd and 4.
Looking for another stop. Clark continues to run as we come up on 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Tigers need 3, play clock under 10. Carter in motion. They handed to Cole, and Cole is met early. There's Jackson on the stop. No gain on the play.
In on the tackle is number 16, Jaquez Jackson.
Savannah State goes 3 and out.
That's a 4th down.
Teams trading punts here. Jerry going back towards his own 30. Here we go.
Number 84,
Out to punt for the fifth time today. Last time a 4th time they tried a fake punt. Got an offsides penalty. This one, Jerry makes the fair catch at the 31 in front of a pair of Tigers. That's where Clark Atlanta will start this possession.
Fair catch made by number 84, Trey Cherry. Ball will be spotted at the
Valley State up 37-21 on Morehouse. And with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's in a lightning delay at the moment. The game is at Fort Valley. The game at Fort Valley is in a lightning delay. I've already dealt with a lightning delay this year, and I don't want to deal with another one. That went out of the 41-yard line. Good for 9 yards. It'll be second down. Stafford right side, incomplete. Elder Jones tried to climb the ladder. It's going to be third down.
That's an incomplete pass.
Nice snap.
Incomplete pass intended for number 6, Felix Jones. Third down.
Go up there and get him with one hand. It's third and a yard. Stafford and his offense got to stay on the field here. Savannah State trying to line up. Here's Stafford. The throw. That's the one's a wobbling duck. It's incomplete. Smith could not come up with it. Stafford 5 for 20 today. I wonder if Clark Atlanta's going to go for it here today. Here. No, they're going to kick it. They might try to go for it here, try to keep the ball, but Clark Atlanta's defense has done pretty well. So was the punt. Carter standing at his own 30. Low snap. Wasn't able to get it off. And this one will bounce inside the 30 and will roll down right to the 25-yard line.
Ball is placed down on the 25-yard line.
So another punt for Clark Atlanta.
First and 10, Savannah State.
Stafford 5 for 20 for 94 yards. And we got whistles. Everybody stopped on the field. What is the issue? Ty Woods is looking around like, what's going on? So I'm trying to figure out what happened here. There was a flag on the play. Apparently it's against... Well, it would have been against Clark Atlanta from what I'm seeing here. In any event, the ball's at the 25. Yeah, and that's what the flag was. I didn't see his signal. There's Durham. Durham to the 27, right next to the president's box here. So, Durham with 2 more yards.
By number 1. D'Angelo Durham. Tackle by number 53.
3-yard gain, I should say.
Rodney Lewis. It's second and 6.
3:45 left, third quarter. Homecoming weekend in Clark Atlanta. Second and 7. Carter in motion. Gibbons will keep it. And another tackle for Harris. It's time to the 29-yard line.
Terrence Harris.
Another third down coming up.
Devon Gibbons. No gain on the
Gibbons
play.
now 108 yards rushing. 6 on 16 carries. Let's have the 2 touchdown runs, 60 yards and 2 yards, both in the first half. Another third down. We'll get this one to the 35-yard line. Carter again in motion. Gibbons looking to throw now. Right side, incomplete. And I don't see a flag. Looked like Jeremy Tate had the coverage on Devereaux. I thought he had his arm around him. And it's going to be a punt. Take one more look. He's holding him right there, and then that left arm is around his neck. I can't believe the official didn't see that.
Back to return for the Panthers, number 84.
In any event, Jerry standing on his own 35-yard line, right, waiting the punt from Lugo. Wide snap, almost blocked it. Jerry looking to make a fair catch, and he does. Almost bobbled it at the 37-yard line. Some tense moments there for Clark Atlanta fans. The SIAC is the first NCAA league to have a league-wide apparel deal with Nike. Fans can get official Nike conference gear at www.thesiac.com. Savannah State fans can get their school's gear from www.ssuathletics.com. Clark Atlanta fans get your school's gear at www.clarkatlantasports.com. 37-yard line. Clark Atlanta will start this next drive. One formation to the top of the picture. Stafford, right side. It's caught. This is Wimberly. Kendall Wimberly. His first catch of the game with a 43-yard line. 56 yards. Wimberly.
Kendall Wimberly.
Team's leading receiver. Coming into the game, 21 receptions for 314 yards, also with 3 touchdowns. From the left side, and again, it's been tough sledding for Clark Atlanta running the football all season. Pritchard with the run that time. He loses a yard.
No game by number 35, Robert Pritchard.
So that is third down. Yep, Atlanta has yet to convert a third down today. Here's Stafford, left side, and that one is almost picked off. We got a flag coming in. 2 flags fly. I wonder if that's going to be interference against Savannah State. So there's Jared Mack over there. Having some moments of fellowship. As Beach, I think, had a hold of Roberson. So it's either going to be holding or interference. I think probably holding. Almost everybody's flag is out. It's interference.
That's pass interference on Savannah State. And the Panthers, first down.
So the Panthers pick up first down. From the 45-yard line. Stafford to throw. Left side, incomplete. Huge hit by Young. It was Roberson to get the catch, but Young blew it up.
It's an incomplete pass.
We got another flag? Oh, sorry. Second down and 10. Good play by Young. Would have been a short game for Roberson, but Stafford now 6 for 22. That's 100 yards. Stafford looking left side. It is caught. And Wilson could not stay in bounds. Otherwise, he would have had a bigger gainer. That one good for 20 yards. Second catch for Wilson today. It's going to be a first down for Clark Atlanta, and a much-needed first down for the Panthers. Clark Atlanta offense struggled to throw the ball in that first half with all the rain. Now it's cleared up. That's cleared up a bit. Stafford and his offense trying to generate a potential game-tying drive and get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion tied up. Stafford over the middle. That's a dangerous throw. So Wilson, the intended target. And a couple of those interceptions this season from Stafford, just trying to make a play over the middle, and one against Central State that ended Clark Atlanta's comeback hope was just flipped it out with his left hand. He got picked off. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Stafford. Right side. Going towards the end zone. It is incomplete. Tried to hit Wimberly. Bozeman on the coverage. It's going to be third down.
That's an incomplete pass.
Both guys
Third down, Panthers.
looked like they were both pulling each other down. I thought Wimberly at the end held at the end there. Bozeman tried to draw the flag. In the event, it's 3rd and 10. .22 seconds left in the third. Stafford. Right side. It is caught. That's Roberson. Down inside the 20 to the 17.
Catch made by number 14.
It's good for 8, but it'll be short of the first down. Third catch of the day for Roberson. See what they do on this 4th down. And we'll find out when we go to the 4th quarter. Clark Atlanta and Savannah State battling in the SIAC East. Right now the Tigers have a 15-7 lead on the Panthers. You're watching SIAC football on Flow Sports. 4th down as we start the 4th quarter. Stafford in the shotgun. Stafford to throw. Underneath. Pass is incomplete. Jerry had it for a moment. Chris Smith made the play. Tried to sidearm it. There's a turnover on downs, and Savannah State will take over at their own 17. Good attempt. Jerry just could not hold on to it. Jerry just one catch today. So Savannah State now, so this is at the 18-yard line. He had him, just could not get around the pressure. So 5 seconds into the 4th quarter, Savannah State takes over. Clark Atlanta defense. Let's make another stop. That was the best drive of the day for Clark Atlanta. Big hole up the middle. Nicole. And Cole takes it all the way up to the 35-yard line. 17 yards, and that's a first down.
That's the first down by number 34, Cedric C.J. Cole.
Longest run of the day for Cole. So the rain picks up once again. 8-point lead for Savannah State. Plenty of time left, 14:25 left. This feels like a big possession in this game. And from the 34-yard line. Gibbons hands it off, and nice job by Glover to stop that play. Then the rest of his teammates helped him out.
Tackle made by number 9, Deontay Glover.
Carry to Cole again. Again, Deontay Glover made the stop.
Second down.
The second down. No gain on the play. Savannah State. Back-to-back losses after a 3-1 start. Losses to Charleston Southern and Alcorn State. Clark Atlanta trying to get its first win of the season. 2nd and 13. Here's Gibbons. He fakes the pitch, takes it right side, and gets it back across the original line of scrimmage. Takes it up to the 37-yard line. That one's good for 5.
Third down.
It's third down. Another big third down in this game. And State 1 for 10 on third down. Clark Atlanta 0 for 6 on third down. 3rd and 8. Got to get it to the 44. Go up the middle to Durham. Durham trying the left side. Gets across the 40. Still be short of the first down at the 41-yard line. 4 yards for Durham.
And that's 4th down.
And we're going to have another punt. Punters have been busy here in the second half. It's the one field goal by Lugo.
Back to return for the Panthers, number 84, Dre Jerry.
Jerry standing at his own 25-yard line. 12 minutes to go. Low snap. Watch out. It's blocked. And Ross picks it up. He's going to score. Touchdown, Clark Atlanta. The Panthers get a special teams touchdown. Lugo, the snap was low. And he tried to pick it up and punt it. And it was blocked. And Ross scores. It's a 2-point game. The low snap and trying to see who blocked it. There were two guys, Ross, I guess the same guy. Well, Ross and 49 look like they blocked it. So they're going to go for the extra point to make it a 1-point game. The snap rolls in. Now Stafford. Here's the throw. It is caught at the line. He got it. Got the 2-point conversion. The snap rolled to Stafford. Stafford picked it up. And the big man, Andre Felder, a freshman from Roswell, Georgia, comes through and the game is tied. What a play for the Panthers. Tied at 15. Felder caught along the goal line. He was in the end zone. 11:48 left to go. We are tied at 15. What a game. The snap rolled to Stafford. Stafford got up and Felder made the play.
Savannah State 15 and your CAU Panthers.
So the fumble recovery by Ross off the punt. Off the block punt. And the 2-point conversion, and we're tied at 15. Savannah State looked like they were in control despite the fact they're only up by 8. Clark Atlanta was just going to go for one. Plenty of time left in the game. Sometimes you get a good break that turns out bad, but this was a bad break that turned out good. Wow. If you're going to get your first one of the year, after losing your first 6, you got to get something like that to happen. Now we've got a new game. Lobo's kick. Down to Wilson at the 15. Wilson hit at the 30 and then get finished off at the 31-yard line. And that's at the 27-yard line, I should say. And we've got a little skirmish there as the teams leave the field. Huge hit at the end of the play. 11:40 remaining here in the fourth. Tigers start this possession from their own 27. Now in a tie game at 15. Clark Atlanta sideline. More exuberant now than they were about 5 minutes ago. Here's Grant up the middle. That's run by Jordan Grant to the 35-yard line. Eight yards for Grant on his third carry of the game.
That's a 7-yard gain. Second down.
Aaron White here to the near side and the formation. There's Grant again. Wade wraps him up. They stop him short of the marker. He's a yard short of the first down. Also got help from Kenneth Morgan.
And it's 31.
And with back-to-back carries. So now another third down for Savannah State. Third and a yard. They've tried to run up the middle on these third downs. It hasn't worked. They've really done most of their damage to the outside. And now they'll try it again. Gibbons got hit, but he got bounced off of it. Got the first down out of the 41-yard line. So a big first down and a big conversion for Savannah State.
Tackle made by number 37. Kevin Williams.
Big hit there.
That's a Savannah State first down.
But Gibbons will not go down.
Devon Gibbons.
6'3", 205 junior from Stone Mountain. Coming through with a big first down. 9:38 and counting to play. And off now to Durham. And Durham stopped after a short gain and to the 49-yard line. So that's the 44-yard line.
That's a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7.
Savannah State, the number 2 rush offense in the SIAC. Clark Atlanta, the worst rush defense in the SIAC. And now those two units are going up against each other. 9 minutes left. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Gibbons keeps it. Left side, big hit by Morgan at the 46.
Number 24, Kenneth Morgan.
Morgan with another tackle. 2 more yards for Gibbons. He's got 120 yards rushing on 19 carries.
Third and 5. Panther fans.
3rd and 5. Savannah State 2 for 12 on 3rd down. Another tight game in the SIAC. We've had plenty of them this year. Going back to last year, we had a lot as well. These teams so evenly matched. Durham again, at the first down, inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. A huge pickup. Another conversion. Another first down for Savannah State. 11-yard run.
Kevin Williams.
Durham now has 77 yards rushing on 19 carries.
Brought by number 34.
So all being done on the ground for Savannah State. Seven minutes to go. Gibbons, the pitch, left side. This is Bellamy, and Bellamy picks up another first down into inside the 35. Clark Atlanta wanted a flag. Marking right at the 33. That's going to be 10 more yards, and they're going to move the chains once again. Back-to-back first downs for the Tigers. Clock continues to move under 7 minutes. Tigers looking to go to 3-0 in the SIAC and 2-0 here in Atlanta. And I thought Morehouse a few weeks ago, 17-10. Here's Grant. Cut down at the 31-yard line. Another tackle for Harris.
Harris. Gain of 2 on the play. By number 19, Jordan Grant.
Second down.
2nd down. Tigers.
5 carries for 28 yards for Grant. Second and 8. 6 minutes left here in the fourth. Grant, right side, now cuts it back up the middle. Stopped at the 25. And again pushing and shoving at the end of the play. These two schools haven't met on the football field since 2008. Feel the tension on the field. A big game for both sides.
It's down.
3rd and 2. Ran in the backfield with Gibbons. 5:15 remaining. Savannah State bleeding the clock. Gibbons, right side, first down. Under the 22-yard line. Thinking Grant went the wrong way and ended up working out anyway for Gibbons. So another first down. Savannah State has converted 3 third downs on this drive. Now under 5 minutes left. Savannah State a 1-point loss to Florida Tech. 5-point loss to Charleston Southern. Clark Atlanta a 6-point loss to Allen University. A 7-point loss to Central State. This is Cole up the middle, inside the 15. Down to the 10-yard line. Gonna be another first down for Savannah State. Going good for 12. Back-to-back first downs. Now if you're Clark Atlanta, you got to start thinking about Savannah State continues to bleed the clock when the timeouts will start being used for the Panthers. And now we're at 3:50 to go. This drive started with 11:40 left in the fourth quarter. They're taking 8 minutes off the clock. Gibbons fumble the football. Hey, Clark Atlanta's got it. Kenneth Morgan comes up with it at the 20-yard line. It was knocked out of Gibbons' arm. I didn't see who knocked it out. I think it was knocked out of his arm. And a huge fumble in a huge turnover for Savannah State. Second turnover of the game. Gibbons. That was pressure from Jackson, and I know Jackson knocked it out. He certainly caused a disruption. And now Clark Atlanta with 3:37 remaining, starting this drive from their own 20. And it looked like Savannah State was driving for the game to go ahead. Jackson did knock it out. What a play by Jaquez Jackson. Now Stafford over the middle, has a man there. It's caught across the 40-yard line. Jeffrey Abril makes his first catch of the game. That one good for 21 yards. First down from the 41. Here's Stafford. Pump fake. Under pressure now. He's going to be sacked inside the 35-yard line. Savannah State came into the game with 14 sacks as a team. And they get a big one. I think that's the first time Stafford's been sacked today.
8 yards on the play. First and 18. Second and 18.
Second down, 2:48 remaining. With all these close games, we haven't had an overtime game on Flow Sports yet. It is headed that way. Right now, 2:40 left. Stafford looks right side. Man is there. It's caught. It's Wimberly. Second catch of the game. He's got the first down. All the way to the 40. And they mark it at the 49-yard line. Got the 17 yards he needed. Another first down for Clark Atlanta. Well, Stafford is more comfortable when he's just standing back there and throwing it. Stafford up the sideline and wobbles up. Wimberly comes up with the catch at the 24. Pushed off at the end of Wilson. That one good for 25 yards and another first down. Four in a row for Stafford. 2 minutes left in the game. I gotta wonder for Savannah State. When you use your timeouts. Stafford up the sideline for Wimberly again. It is incomplete. He almost stepped out of bounds. Wilson, good coverage that time. Second and 10, 150 remaining. Clark Atlanta looking for the go-ahead touchdown. Stafford coming left side. Now under pressure. He's sacked inside the 40, and he cannot take a sack right there. Fred Raines with the sack all the way back to the 38-yard line. We got a timeout by Savannah State with 1:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. Next Saturday, our coverage will begin at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Miles will take on Central State in the West Division battle. We'll see the Savannah State Tigers once again as they host Albany State. It's their homecoming weekend. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's next Saturday on Flow Sports. Of course, season winding down. We'll have 3 weeks remaining after this afternoon.
Would like to thank Fifth Third Bank for partnering with the Panthers Athletics. Fifth Third Bank has locations all around Atlanta, including nearby in the West End area. Thanks to Fifth Third Bank for your support of the CAU Panthers.
1:36 left. Third down. Third and 23. Three on the play clock. And Clark Atlanta's going to call a timeout.
That's a timeout.
Flow Sports is the innovator in live digital sports and original content. Flow Sports streams thousands of live events on the network's 20-plus channels. Go to www.flowsports.tv and start watching today. Flow Sports will exclusively plan it. Each team now using a timeout, each team with 2 remaining. It's third down. Clark Atlanta couldn't get anything going through the passing game, and now Stafford looking at a third and 23. But perhaps Clark Atlanta has them right where they want them. Interesting to see how far they go if they go for it on fourth down. Stafford looking right side. It is tipped away. What a play by Young. He did it again. Desmond Young. He got his fingertip on it. The pass was intended for April. And Clark Atlanta's going to go for it here on fourth down, I believe. April was open, and I think Young tipped it just at the last second. 1:30 remaining. Now, if you're Clark Atlanta and you don't get it, you're giving Savannah State the ball at the 37-yard line. They have 2 timeouts left. I feel like it's too far to punt it. Or maybe you get a long pass play and similar to a punt. Let's see. Got to get it all the way down to the 14. Stafford under pressure, gets away from it. Now he's directing traffic. He throws it for Wimberly, incomplete. And no flag. Good job on the coverage by Roberts. And now back-to-back turnovers on downs, and Savannah State will have the ball with 1:26 remaining, 2 timeouts, and the ball at their own 37. 1:26 left. .86 seconds to play. Savannah State turning to the SIAC, trying to get its 3rd conference win. Clark Atlanta just looking for a win, looking for a first win of the season. 0-6. 1:26 left, 2 timeouts left, and we're tied at 15. Gibbons. Big hit at the 37-yard line. No gain on the play.
Terrence Harris. Correction, number 15.
21 carries for 123 yards. Come up on the final minute. Looks like Savannah State is going to... It looks like they're playing for overtime. Remember, Gibbons went on a 60-yard run, so at any point in time, Savannah State can break one big. This is Durham. Durham across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Twenty carries for 81 yards.
4-yard gain on the play.
33 seconds left, and both teams are electing to let the clock run down. So it looks like we're going overtime here. That's what it looks like, at least. .13 seconds left. Left side, there's Durham to the 45-yard line. Time has run out of regulation. We are headed to overtime with the score tied at 15. We'll come back, we'll have the overtime session. You're watching SIAC football on Flow Sports. Back here for overtime, tied at 15. Maury Darrington here along with James Crenshaw, our producer. This is the coin toss now at midfield. This will determine possession. Winner of the toss gets to determine offense, defense, or which side of the field to go to. Like Savannah State is electing to go to the side near the scoreboard. So Clark Atlanta. So it's going to be game tied to 15. Charles Stafford, a 13-yard touchdown run, made it 7-0. Devon Gibbons with 2 touchdown runs, one of 60 and one of 2 yards. 12-7. That was the halftime score. Lugo's 33-yard field goal made it 15-7, Savannah State. And then Clark Atlanta got the block punt return touchdown by Tyrese Ross, and the 2-point conversion making it 15 apiece. Each team get the ball on the 25-yard line. Whichever team goes on defense first has to match what the offense does on the first possession. After the third overtime session, teams will have to go for 2 after any touchdowns. No game clock, it's just the play clock now. I believe it's after the 4th overtime, it's just 2-point conversion plays back and forth. Let's see if we get there. Here's the first handoff of overtime. It's to Grant. Grant has that at the 23-yard line. A 2-yard gain for Grant. So we're in overtime. Tied at 15. Big swings of momentum for both sides. Now it comes down to which team executes better down the stretch now. 2nd and 8. Baker goes in motion. The handoff goes to Grant, and Grant is stopped. 24-yard line. Actually lost a yard on the play. Lewis in there along with Perkins. 3rd and 9.
39. Panther fans, make some noise.
Lewis Cosler got the tackle. So it's 3rd down. Game tied at 15. 3rd and 9. Got to get to the 15-yard line. Try the option again. Gibbons pitched to Durham. Durham got the corner and pulled down from behind by Harris. And a flag comes in. Savannah State, if that had to happen on the Clark Atlanta sideline, I don't know if he throws the flag. It came in late. It was a horse collar tackle. And that's going to give Savannah State a first down.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, got the back end of his jersey and pulled him down. So big penalty against Clark Atlanta. Only 4 penalties against them in regulation.
Horse collar on the Panthers.
That will put it at the distance of the goal to the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal for Savannah State.
That's a 1st and goal.
Clark Atlanta still has a possession to come here in overtime. Cole and Durham in the backfield. Big battle on the SIAC East. Gibbons gonna keep left side. Inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Hand on the play is number 11.
Glover on the stop. On with Lewis.
Also on the play is number 9.
2nd and goal from the 9.
That's a 1-yard gain.
No game clock, just the play clock. Each team does have a timeout, so each team gets a timeout in overtime. Two longtime rivals, first meeting in 1956. Another one coming down to the end. Durham up the middle, touchdown Savannah State. They finally got something going up the middle, a 9-yard touchdown for Durham. And Savannah State regains the lead at 21-15. D'Angelo Durham from 9 yards out. Good time he's found the end zone. Now Lugo's with the extra point. Make it a 7-point game. Missed an extra point, had an extra point blocked earlier in the game. Nice snap, kick on the way, and he's got it. So Lugo, Savannah State gets the first touchdown in overtime. Now Clark Atlanta will have it from the 25. They must score a touchdown to extend the game. Atlanta start this drive from the Savannah State 25. So it comes down to the Savannah State defense. They ended the game against Morehouse. Clark Atlanta needs a touchdown. They start their drive from the 25. 3 wideouts for the Panthers. Wilson goes in motion. And we got a flag It's going to be a false start, I believe. Well, both teams are pointing to each other, so we'll see how this works out. They're backing Clark Atlanta up. Boy, 2 killer penalties in overtime here for Clark Atlanta. And the horse collar tackle that forced the first and goal at the 10-yard line, and then false start here to start overtime. Wilson again goes in motion. Stafford under pressure, gets away from it. Now looking, throwing towards the end zone. Dangerous pass. Incomplete. Hit the turf. Wilson had a beat on it. Didn't see the intended receiver. I believe it was Young. He was directing traffic. Stafford almost slipped as he threw it, and the ball came. Both guys had a chance to catch it. My goodness. So now 2nd down and 15. That's Savannah State radio crew sitting behind me. And there, with every bounce of the ball, they're jumping up and down back here. There's Stafford on 2nd down, right side for Roberson. He's got it. Makes a cut and got to the 25. It's good for 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 10. It's obviously 4-down territory. We got an injured Tiger. I'm trying to see the number. 5 yards for Roberson. So 58. Damian Rogers, junior from Augusta, is the injured Tiger. Third and 10. So Rogers, the junior from Augusta, Georgia, transferred from Georgia Military College. He's down on the field. So 3rd down and 10 in overtime. Clark Atlanta getting a touchdown. D'Angelo Durham with a 9-yard score. And Savannah State's half of overtime. So 2 plays left for the Panthers.
Make sure you're representing Clark Atlanta University
Savannah State 3-3. Time to go to 3-0.
At the new Clark Atlanta
in SIAC play. Rogers will now come off.
And then click on shop. Find the newest CAU clothing and apparel. That's ClarkAtlantaSports.com and click shop.
Clark Atlanta 0-6 coming into today's game, trying to get his first win of the season. And against an old-time rival, as this rivalry is renewed. 46 meeting between the teams. Savannah State 2 plays away from winning here in Atlanta. 3rd and 10. Got to get to the 15-yard line. Bunch formation to the near side. Blackman in the backfield. Stafford steps up. Under pressure, he throws it incomplete. That might be grounding. Great pressure up the middle by McCray. And I wonder if they're going to throw the flag right here. Well, they're not going to at this moment. Well, wait a minute. Here we go. Yep. Stafford saying that there was nobody in the area. There's nobody in the area. But offensive linemen, so now they lose the down, and now it's 4th down, and this is the game. So let's see what they mark. Where are they going to mark the ball? They're going to mark the ball right at the 30-yard line. Well, this is it. Clark Atlanta needs to get it to the 15-yard line. If they don't, the game is over. Play clock at 8. Must get the ball to the 15, and Clark Atlanta is going to call a timeout.
That's a timeout.
And Clark Atlanta a little discombobulated there with everything that was going on. 22-15, Savannah State. One play away from going to 3-0 in SIAC play for Clark Atlanta. Got to get 15 yards to keep their hopes of their first win alive. This is a huge play. So the grounding penalty against Stafford tried to make a play. So now it's 4th down, 4th and 15. Clark Atlanta did convert a 4th and 13 when we were here a few weeks ago against Central State. This is it. This is the ball game. On the line. It's going to be on the right arm of Charles Stafford, as it's been all season long for Clark Atlanta. 4th and 15. Got to have it here. Stafford looking under pressure. He can't get out the pass. Sacked by Aaron Robinson. The ball is loose. It doesn't matter. Savannah State comes to Atlanta and knocks off the Panthers in overtime. Savannah State is 4-3, and Clark Atlanta is 0-7. Savannah State, the last sack, makes it 22-15. The final score. What a play by Aaron Robinson, and Stafford could not pull the trigger. Thank you for joining us once again here on Flow Sports. This fantastic game, an overtime thriller, won again by Savannah State. Savannah State next week will host Albany State right here on Flow Sports. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. The other game next week is Miles at Central State. Once again, for James Crenshaw, our producer, I'm Kamar Darrington, saying so long from Atlanta. Well, once again, the final score, Savannah State Tigers 22, Clark Atlanta Panthers 15. You've been watching SIAC football on Flow Sports. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and be safe.
Mancuso, touchdown, Charlie Fessler. Fessler's second touchdown reception of the year. First ever 100-yard rushing game.